Well, thank you, everyone that's here in the audience this evening, and thank you for all of you that are joining us on Facebook Live. I'd like to call to order the council meeting for Monday, April 13th. This is the work session, and the work session is it's a less formal proceeding. It's designed to help the council members and the staff to get a more extensive review and ask any final questions or any final discussions that we may have on items on the agenda that are coming before us. So with that, I'll call the meeting to order. And if you follow along on the agenda, whether you have one printed out in front of you or if you can look at the screen, we're going to skip over items 1 through 5. They'll be covered during the regular council meeting. And we'll go down to item number 6, financial statements, to have a discussion with our finance director and our assistant city administrator, Mr. Bradley Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Tonight in front of you, you'll see the financial highlights as of March 31st, 2026. First thing you're going to note is the ideal remaining percentage is still at 33%. Don't know if anybody wants to do some quick math. However, it should be 25. So I do apologize for that. Don't know how I missed that until when I was reviewing it right now. So the ideal remaining percentage should be at 25%, not 33. With that in mind, you'll note that the general fund and water and sewer fund are still below that mark. As we get closer to the end of the year, I do not foresee the general fund or the water and sewer fund getting back above the ideal remaining percentage. Remember, the general fund is related to property purchase as well as the construction of the depot. The water and sewer fund is related to the credit card fees. Remember, we had that fiasco where they went through the roof for about 6 months, and now we have since renegotiated and are looking to change our credit card providers here in the next few months. So that will fix us moving forward. However, we already took that hit, so as we get closer to the end of the year, I'm hoping water and sewer gets close. General fund will not, so I do not foresee that happening. However, on a good note, we did receive our second to last FEMA check this week, so that was another $565,000. That's our last large check from FEMA. This is all related to Hurricane Helene, and I still want to give a special thanks to Mike Woods for all the work that he's done, making sure we get that. The last check we do have is for the administrative cost. We're looking at $9,000 to $10,000, so it's not a huge break-the-bank situation, but they also do question the administrative cost portion more closely than anything else. So we have to actually explain it a good bit, and even to the point where we have to pull payrolls and pay stubs to show that that's what we were working on when we were working on it. So it's just taking a little bit longer, but we still have approximately $10,000 we should be getting back from FEMA. You'll note stormwater is looking good. Again, that 23% is a little bit lower than the ideal 25. However, I do expect that one to get back above. That was related to a large stormwater project early in the year. And again, small total overall fund. It's not something to be unexpected. You'll see our restricted funds are looking good as we are progressing through our expansion at Liberty Park. All the cash is on hand, so that's good. We've already made our first draw and expecting the second draw here in the next week or so on that expansion project. Don't have an estimated timeline. I don't want to give one, not yet. And I will say that for the past month, we have not had to worry about rain, and I'm not hoping it, I guess, to an extent, but at the same time, I'm hoping for some rain. It would be nice because we do need some around here. But we'll keep you up to date. Give me a little bit of time. We'll get into maybe May or June, and I'll be able to give you a much more detailed estimate on when I believe completion will take place. So, but barring that, that's all I have for you tonight.
Looking at all that dirt that's being moved out there, I understand why you're saying, I hope we don't get rain.
Yeah. Well, we haven't gotten down to depth yet, and my biggest fear, I won't know until we get down to depth, is we hit rock. And then that changes a lot of things. Knock on wood, we haven't experienced any yet, and unless it's happened today, Jack would have told me, I believe, if we've hit some. No rock, and we hope it stays that way, because rock can make this project extensively more expensive. So we are hoping that stays the same. So that's why I'm very cautious, but excited at the same time. So, all right. Any questions regarding the financials? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bradley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And according to the weather report, it's no chance of rain until about the 25th. So we got about another 2 weeks of no rain. So, yes, sir. Hot and, yeah, no rain. All right, thank you, Bradley. Next on the agenda is our Employee of the Month, which we'll cover during the regular meeting, along with the Vietnam Veterans Recognition, the Business Spotlight, and the proclamation for our local VFW. Next on the agenda that we'll discuss will be the healthcare insurance discussion by City Administrator Lane Matthews.
Good evening, everyone. In your
Good evening.
packet and through via email, you all received some information about our renewal of our health insurance. We are already with United Healthcare, switched over to them quite a while back. We did get our information for renewal, and that's what this memo is all about. Each year, we do have to renegotiate our health insurance renewal premium rates because the company looks at our expenses versus the income. And when our ratio hits 97 or 98%, we know that we have to make some changes in order to keep in with the amount of money that is appropriated for healthcare insurance. As you know, we pay 100% of the premium for the employee and approximately 83% for the family coverage. And so in order to maintain that, there is a change this year that we are asking you to make. This is just an item of discussion. We're already with United Healthcare, so I don't think it matters which plan that we choose, but this is for information. We're about to have our open enrollment starting April the 20th, where our employees have the opportunity to come in and change options or purchase other benefits that we offer. So we, this year, received some not so good news on our premiums. Like I said, we were at about a 97% payout rate, which again is not a good thing. So we have talked with the company about an alternative health insurance option that we actually introduced last year, and it's called Surest. And it is actually a contract plan where United Healthcare has gone to vendors that are used by United Healthcare, and they negotiate a managed rate. So if I go to the doctor and they say that the rate is $55 or whatever, that rate is good for everybody else in our system that goes to those contracted doctors. So this is how they help manage the cost. Also, this would lower the copay in some instances to $10 versus $25. So there are some advantages to it. Last year, we introduced this alternative healthcare option, which is called Surest. Surest is a United Healthcare product, and overall, it seems to be performing better for the employees in terms of out-of-pocket and manageability. There are some healthcare things now that you can do face-to-face on Facebook. You don't actually have to go into the office, which is a money saver. The other plan does not have that option. Also, as I mentioned, they do have some copays as low as $10 versus now the copays are $25. Because of these pre-negotiated prices that the company has already done on our behalf, it saves employees and the insurance company money for the same level of health care. If we move our health care from the traditional plan to the Surest, we will realize approximately $100,000. And when I sent you this, we had calculated it at about $100,000. It's actually $103,000. So when we've gone through and we've actually analyzed these costs, it's a little more than I quoted here in the email a week or so ago. There would also be a strong possibility that our overall insurance experience would be lower due to these negotiated rates. Because right now we don't have a negotiated rate, we have a not to exceed rate. We have a certain level of money that we can't exceed on the plan. But there are not negotiated rates to keep the premiums low. So I think this would be a better plan overall, and it keeps us paying the 100% for the employees like we do now, and we would save the $103,000. The lower ratio, we examined the Surest claims, and they were only at about 43%. So that tells us that the managed negotiated rates paid off on that, and there was 47 employees on that plan. So that was, but it was a good test because we tested it for 1 year to see how it would work.
Ms. Matthews,
Yes, sir.
excuse me for interrupting your presentation. Was what you just explained, is that this claims experience ratio?
Yes, sir.
Because can you can you kind of clarify what that really means
A
for
claims
me?
experience, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, can you kind of help me better understand exactly what the claims experience ratio is?
Yes, sir. The claims experience is based upon usage of the policy. So if I go in the hospital and my bill is $100,000 and you go in and it's, you don't have it, but if you did have it, and yours is $100,000, over the period, the policy period, which starts June 1st to May 31st, they group those premiums paid by us, and they compare that to claims paid. And then they give us a ratio of claims paid versus premiums paid. And when you get up into the 90% range, that means you are spending as much money as you're paying them. And when that happens, they calculate, based upon claims experience and previous rates paid, they give you a ratio of increase in the premiums. And the first glance that we got, we were looking at approximately a 30% increase in premiums, which we just could not do. So our options were to look for a lower plan that had a better claims experience. The Surest had the best claims experience, money paid versus claims paid out. And we feel like that difference was caused from the closer management of the company by having contracted doctors and nurses and hospitals. So they have prearranged agreements that you cannot charge this City of Grovetown employee more than this amount. So the insurance company itself has found a way to control cost, where if you go to a doctor and they just kind of decide what they want to charge you based on their fee system, that's one thing. That's under the standard plan. This plan, called Surest, is based upon contract amounts. Now, they do renegotiate those contracts every so often because we all know things are going, nothing stays the same. But if we make this change and offer the Surest to everybody, which is what we're proposing to do, it would impact our budget by about $100,000. As you know, we're on a tight budget year. Gasoline prices and things like that have gone up that we do not control. This is one thing that we can help control. So, and when the open enrollment starts on April 20th, all the new information will be given to the employees as well as how to utilize it. Our HR technician last year had her son ready for a surgery, and she found out about the Surest and enrolled, and it saved her about $3,000 because the doctor that her child was going to had a contracted rate instead of just the regular rate. So it definitely can be a money saver. Now, I'm not going to say that's true in every situation because it differs from one to another. But I think there is ability for us to save money, therefore we save in premiums. At the end of next year, about this time next year, United Healthcare will give us claims data. And sometimes claims go between one policy year and the next, so they get rolled over. But what they go from is date paid. So whenever they pay the claim. So sometimes if you have bad claims, they can even roll into the next year because it covered your policy year. I may have gone in the hospital May the 31st, but they didn't pay the bill till July the 1st or something. Then they would count that in that policy year. So, and as far as we know, most of the claims under the United Healthcare plan were from dependents. They were not primarily from employees being sick. It was dependents. They don't give out the name or any information about it other than just we know it was employee or dependent. Any questions about this?
Good evening. Yes, I do have one question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So the $100,000, is that, you said it's going to impact the budget, so is that an increase in the budget, or would that be a decrease in the budget for that?
It would be a savings for us of $103,000 and some change. So that allows us to use that money to appropriate for other things that you may need in the budget. So it would actually be $100,000 saved in the budget.
Thank you so much.
specify though, there's still a 9% increase from last year. So we still saw a $198,000 increase from last year, but it would have been a $298,000 increase.
Almost 300K.
Right, correct.
We are still going to be seeing an increase in insurance also next year regardless.
And
That's
that is,
9%.
We settled at 9, I believe.
yeah. Yes. But that has been documented in the upcoming budget that you'll see Friday. That will be in there.
Wait a minute, did you say it started, a 39% increase? That's what it was gonna be.
It was based on claims experience.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were at 97.
And our group has expanded too.
Yeah.
You know, every time you hire on more employees, you know, your exposure goes up.
Absolutely, understood.
Any questions? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is citizens' comments. I will make the announcement that if you're here in the gallery and you want to come up and speak, there's some papers in the back. Just write your name and your topic down and give it to Brian over there he's waving in the cool blue shirt. And then at the appropriate time, you'll come up and speak your grievance or your comment or your question and address it to the council. And for those of you that are on Facebook, if you put a question in Facebook, I can't promise you that we're going to address it this evening, but I can promise you that within 24 to 48 hours, you'll get a reply. Someone will reach out to you to let you know what the status of your question or grievance or complaint or whatever it is. We'll get it to the right people to address it. Item 13, there is no old business, so we'll go to item 14, new business. 14A is recommend adoption of Resolution 2026-04-01. Resolution to authorize the adoption of the Columbia County Multi-Jurisdictional Pre-Disaster Hazardous Mitigation Plan. And once again, City Administrator Elaine Matthews.
Okay, the county, in conjunction with Grovetown and Harlem, have a multi-jurisdictional plan, and each year it's reviewed and updated, and the updated packet, plan is in your packet. We recommend that this be approved, and it basically just gives us the authority to operate under the county's plan without having to adopt a separate one. And this comes under the Federal Emergency Management Agency. They require every county and municipality to have a pre-disaster mitigation plan in place, and it requires that the funding come from those programs and that it is approved by the governing authority of the municipality or county in which it exists. We recommend approval of this.
Any questions?
Just one. It mentions that there is a joint mitigation plan committee. Who sits on that?
I don't know the members. Wayne, do you know the members?
Members of all first response agency, county individuals, I believe Michael Woods is part of that too. So they all ask for input and review it, when they send it out. They have a contracted person that assists with putting all the plan together, but it's members from all cities and multiple disciplines.
Okay, so at Grovetown, we have multiple individuals who are involved in that committee oversight. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Elaine. Item 14B, recommend adoption of Resolution 2026-04-02, resolution of the City of Grovetown, Georgia, recognizing April 20 through 25th of 2026 as Georgia Cities Weeks. Our Public Information Officer, Jordan Johnson.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Good
hello.
evening. So yes, each and every year, the Georgia Municipal Association encourages participation in an initiative called Georgia Cities Week. It's essentially a week-long celebration of local governments and the services they provide. And in our case, a celebration of all things City of Grovetown. We have a schedule of events already planned out and ready to go. A couple things on our social media we would encourage you all to go and check out as members of the council, in addition to those watching at home. Want to get y'all's participation, but here tonight, we just want to go ahead and make it officially official with a resolution passed by our city council here in the City of Grovetown. So we definitely recommend that and appreciate your time looking into it. Do y'all have any questions for me about Cities Week? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Jordan. How are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I just have a question. So are we sure that this will fall each week it was every year that it will fall April 20th through the 25th, and those dates won't change?
No, ma'am. We usually pass a resolution each year in the event of when Georgia Cities Week comes about. So next year, should the dates be different, we'll pass another resolution for that. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Anybody else? No, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Item 14C, recommend adoption of resolution 2026-04-03, resolution to call for a special election to fill the unexpired term of the mayor of the city of Grovetown, and our city clerk, Brian Henderson.
How are y'all
Welcome,
doing this
sir.
evening?
How are you?
Doing well. All right, so in your packet, you'll see a resolution, like you said, for his unexpired term, excuse me. This will fall in the general election in November 7th. Qualifying will be August 3rd through the 5th. That's a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then for the next one, if you want to go to that one.
Yeah, so these are, go hand in hand. We'll do 14D. We'll recommend approval to set the qualifying fee for the November 2026 special election for the mayor.
Yes, and this ad will be ran tomorrow, will be sent out to the media tomorrow, so it can be ran. Also, will be sent to the Board of Elections, so they have it as well as the signed resolution. And all the ad is just stating his qualifying fee for $612 for anybody who wants to run for mayor.
Mr. Henderson,
Yes, sir.
the qualifying dates, how were they determined, those dates? Was that related to any state requirements as it relates to an election?
Well, it has to be 45 days out.
That's what I was getting
Yeah,
at.
so we have to
Yeah.
try to figure out what's the best time in August. So the Board of Elections, well, not the Board of Elections, the Board of Ethics would say, okay, it's fine for us to run a special election. So if we did it, we could have did it at the end of August, but it might have been a short window for us to get everything qualified, so I made sure we did it at the beginning.
No, I wasn't so much trying to press you down to
you're fine.
the squeaky day, but I wanted to understand that it was related to the Board of Election requirements, like you said, 45 days or whatever the case may be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. That's really what I was getting at.
Any other questions?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
Next one is Brian, too.
All right, you're up here again. So item 14E, recommend approval for an alcoholic beverage license, beer, wine, and distilled spirits for 108 Harlem Spirits LLC at 108 Harlem Grovetown Road.
Yes, sir. So they met all the qualifications. We reviewed everything. Everything went through with David as far as fingerprinting and everything for background checks. Will be taking over the Billy Jack's that's over there on 108 Harlem Grovetown Road. The gentlemen are here today if you'd like to speak to them.
First, a couple of quick questions.
Yes, sir.
Well, you answered one of them because I was going to ask you, was this the Billy Jack's location?
sir.
And I was wondering why it was showing as a new application.
Yes,
So, but aside from that, there's a question in the application about whether or not the individual or individuals have financial interests in other, I guess, establishments that sell alcohol. And right after the answer, there was some handwritten addition that says Columbia County. Why was that added? That's on,
Page 2.
I'm just wondering, what does that indicate?
Page 2. On the page 2.
Yeah.
You're
it
talking
was-
about at the bottom, it says all taxes or fees.
No, it's,
The fifth bullet, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth bullet where it says I do not, right after submitted,
I see it
it
right
says
there.
Columbia County.
yeah, that was handwritten in. Is there something in particular that we ought to be,
I'm thinking since we're in the county, he put it in there, for that reason. Because it says submitted, and I think he was just thinking he was supposed to put Columbia County in there.
okay. Because I believe as the requirements are, and when that question is asked, it's not just related to whether or not they have that situation in Columbia County, but that's anywhere, is that
Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I was wondering, was he trying to suggest that he answered the question related to Columbia County, but not overall?
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what he was doing.
Okay. And now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. It's the pages where they ask the questions and you,
Yeah, it's on the back side of the first page of their application.
yes, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
Right near the beginning, yes. And it says, I do not have financial interest, but then he added Columbia County, so was that to indicate that question was answered just relative to Columbia County, or was it answered relative to overall?
I'm thinking he's doing it overall, because I'm not exactly sure. I can ask him.
Well, I'm going to say, how about instead of let's speculate, let's
Yeah,
just ask
yeah.
the question.
Well, I was going to,
All right, sir, what's your answer? We got a question for you. Come on up here, please. Pitta.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So basically, we were interpreting that this store is located in Columbia County. So we were mentioning that it's just for the Columbia County interest we have for this store only. That's what the interpretation for this question, sir.
so then does that mean that you may or, that you would potentially have answered that question differently if we included anywhere and everywhere, for instance?
Probably not, but we were under the impression that this store
Well,
is
but
located.
not what you're under the impression of. I'm asking you the question
Yeah.
straight out right now.
Yes, we
Would
have-
you have answered that question differently if we were not restricting it to Columbia County?
No, sir. We would have just said that we don't have interest in any other county. That would have been the straight answer.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at. And then additionally, I noticed that, I take it that either you or some of the owners are from out of state, because I noticed some of the documents were executed in New Jersey.
Yes, sir. There is one, the main licensee, he's from New Jersey.
The main,
The owner, the licensee, who's gonna be on the license?
Yes.
He's from New Jersey, sir.
he is from New Jersey.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No problem, sir.
Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Ma'am, any questions? All right.
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. All right, items 14F and G. We'll start with, we'll be with our Planning and Community Development Director, Jack Palmer. But the first one is recommend adoption of ordinance 2026-04-04, ordinance to annex property under the 100% methods, 2.55 acres more or less at 0 Lakeview Drive, parcel number 063013, first reading.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and council members. On this is the address right now is 0 Lakeview Drive, parcel number 063013. The applicant is Tiffany Richardson of Clayton Homes, who is a manufactured home retailer. The property owner is Angelica Ortiz and Jamie Padilla. They desire to annex into the city of Grovetown. They don't have to, but they want to. And because they like I've had personal conversation with them. They like Grovetown. They like the amenities that the city offers, and they want to be part of the city.
All right, and while you all are mulling that over, we'll go with the 14G, which also goes hand in hand with what Mr. Palmer just talked about, was recommendation of adoption of ordinance 2026-04-05, the ordinance to rezone 0 Lakeview Drive, parcel number 063013, from RA, which is residential agricultural, Columbia County zoning, to R1 residential, first reading.
Okay, on the rezoning request is that since there is no sewer service available there, they have to keep the lot size to a certain size, minimum of 20,000 square feet for a lot to have a septic system on there. As you can see, it's 2.55 acres, so they have plenty of room for a septic system. That has been approved by the Columbia County Health Department. They've gone out there and done their soil tests and percolation tests and all that stuff, so it is suitable for septic. But again, they don't desire to rezone it to anything other than R1.
And and I presume the R1 was chosen because that's our minimum requirement, I believe, when a property is annexed into the city, it minimally has to, that's the automatic zoning, is that correct?
That is absolutely correct, yes.
Right.
Any other questions?
I have a question. How you doing?
Good.
Good. I am wondering about the signage and how we are alerting the public about this rezoning.
Okay, just as in any annexation or rezoning application, I have to put out signage on the road front to alert the general public that this property is, a request has been put in to annex or rezone, and it is advertised in the legal organ, which right now is the Augusta Chronicle, and it was advertised in the appropriate time frame.
And what's the time frame on that advertisement?
The minimum, no more than 45 days prior to the Planning Commission meeting, but no less than 15 days.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Jack. All right. Well, then we'll wrap up our regular meeting. We'll have director's report, and then we'll be entering into a closed section for real estate acquisitions, and then that will conclude our meeting. So I'm going to ask at this time, does anybody need a break, or are we ready to roll right into?
I'm good to go
Don't need a
forward.
break or anything? Anybody need a cup of coffee? Anything? No?
No, we're fine.
All righty.
I'm good to go.
All right, well, at this time, I'd like to adjourn the work session. And at this time, I'd like to call the 13 April monthly council meeting for the city of Grovetown. I'd like to call it to order. I announce that we do have a quorum. And with that, Pam, would you give us the invocation this evening?
Sure, no
Thank
problem.
you. So if you would, please rise. We get invocation given by Councilwoman Simpkins, and then we'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you today. We just thank you for every day that you have just given us life, Lord, that we're here, Lord. We just thank you so much for this meeting and for everyone that is here and everyone that is listening out in our land, YouTube and whatever else they're watching on, Lord. And we just ask you to look over our nation, Lord, look over our city, Lord. And we just thank you, and we just want you to come in the midst and help us to make great decisions for our city, Lord. And we just thank you in all that you do. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you for opening us in prayer, ma'am. Appreciate it. All right, item number 3 on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. So I'll entertain a motion that we approve the agenda.
Mr.
Go ahead. Ladies first.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I, Veronica Simpkins, move that we accept the agenda for tonight. We approve the agenda.
All right, we have a first. We have a second.
I second that motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, if you would, signify your approval or disapproval by voting with your lights. Yep. All right. Motion passes. All right, item number 4. Figured we had 3, that was enough, but okay.
We want your vote, too.
You want my vote? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Item number 4, approval of the March 9th, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we approve the March 9th, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I second that.
Go. All right, we have first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right. Well, at this time, please indicate your vote to include myself. There we go. All right, motion passes. All right, item number 5, committee reports. We'll start with public safety. That's me. How about that? All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome to those that are in the audience, and welcome to those of you that are watching us on Facebook Live. Here is your public safety monthly summary. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I just want to start out by saying that our public safety departments, both our police department and our fire department, they're operating at a pretty high tempo right now. They're doing active enforcement. They are doing emergency responses. They're doing prevention to keep the bad things from happening. I can tell you that they are staying busy. They're staying really, really busy. And they are very proactive across the city. I'm sure if you see blue lights when you come in here in the evening, that's because our officers are out there doing what they're doing, catching bad guys. And anytime there's a medical emergency or a wreck, you're going to see the fire trucks out there, the rescue folks out there with their red lights. And so just know that our public safety folks are out there, both police and fire department are out there each and every day, and they're getting after it. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they're doing it well. So over the last 30 days, they had 39 arrests in the police department. They are focused, and they are continuing to focus on DUIs and reckless driving, and folks that are out there, repeat offenders. And we're catching quite a few of those, quite a few folks coming through here. And I say this every meeting, and I stomp on the ground. You know, if you come through Grovetown, you've been drinking and driving, it's not a question of if you're going to get caught, it's a question of when. So just don't do it. There are too many options out there. Our CID handled 16 cases over the last 30 days, opened 12 new ones, and closed 4. They assisted our Columbia County Sheriff's Office in a child exploitation case, and they continue to improve on their cybercrime and their human trafficking responses, getting that, cracking down on that. Our K-9 unit has been very busy. Banner and his handler, they did 126 traffic stops. They issued 42 citations with 83 warnings, had 2 arrests, and had 19 additional calls for services. And this last 30 days, they were targeting enforcement in the school zones. So great job there, Banner, and to your handler. On the fire side, they responded to 122 total calls, 65 medical and 37 fire. Our fire marshal has been out there doing great things. He did 40 fire inspections, did 37 pre-plans for a total of 77 proactive actions out there. And I got to say something about Fire Marshal Donahue. That's one of the guys that he works behind the scene. The business owners know him because he's out there. But he's out there, and he's really where he's making a difference. And, because when he does an inspection, it's reducing the risk. And his pre-plans help reduce our response time to an entity because of the prior planning that goes on in there. What have our public safety folks been doing training-wise? Our fire department's been doing some tactical casualty care. Our police officers, we got a drone, we got a UAV, and they actually, to fly a UAV here in Georgia, you got to be licensed. So we sent some folks down to learn how to fly and how to control it and stuff. And again, I talked about they're doing the cybercrime prevention, and then on fire operations, doing some pumper training and aerial training, forcible entry, what to do when there's flashovers. And so just the big takeaway for everybody is that both departments are training at a high level. They're staying prepared, and they're ready for anything that happens out there. And I just want to give a couple shout-outs to folks. Our K-9 handler, Officer Jenkins, for everything you're doing out there and protecting our kids when you're in the school zone. Lieutenant McFatridge from the fire department, he's one that's doing a lot of the training, doing a lot of the certifications, a lot of the instructions out there. So great job, sir. To our fire department personnel across all shifts, thank you for everything that you all are doing. And some folks that don't normally ever get recognitions, but they're there every day, our record staff and our personnel that man the front desk at both the police station and at the fire station. They keep operations running smoothly. When the officers call in for records check and stuff, they're there to handle it. When somebody drops by the fire department, they're there answering questions and directing people the right way and making sure that things running smooth. So I can tell you, council, that public safety is in good hands with Chief Kent, Wayne Kent, and Chief Jamie Kitchens. They're going after the serious offenders. They're staying visible in the community. They continue to train to evolve the folks that work for them, and I can tell you we have the right people in the right place at the right time, and they're doing the right things. And so. To both of you guys, gentlemen, appreciate everything you do and continue to do the good work. But if anybody has any questions or comments with that, then I'll turn it over to utility building and utility services.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, and good evening to everyone that's present and everyone who is watching Facebook Live. I'm going to first start off by thanking Mr. Smith. I have a new profound respect for those ladies over in utility billing. I mean, I spent half a day over there and got a glimpse into the life of utility billing, and I thank you so much for that. Very educational, very informative for me, and experience I won't forget, and I thank you for that. Also, let me not forget Mr. Keith Lyons and Mr. Coy Wah. Did I say that correctly? I want to say thank you so much for keeping me abreast, because every time I sit here and I give these reports, it's not me going out to calculate all these numbers. It's the people over there working with you all, and I really, really appreciate you keeping me on my toes and letting me know what I need to know. I really appreciate it very much. And I know you're all working very hard, and I appreciate it for our city. Your report as follows. Water Department completed 109 trash can service orders, performed 794 service orders, performed 47 water meter histories, repaired 15 water leaks, 9 new water meters were installed, 36 water meters were replaced. They tested 5 homes for water pressures and flow issues, which none were found. The 2 new 1,500 square feet equipment storage buildings are almost complete. Can't wait to see them. Our stormwater department cleaned out 1 ditch along Charlotte Avenue, poured concrete for several sidewalks, and assisted the water and waste departments. And our wastewater cleaned out 6 sewer lines, replaced pump at Premier Place Lift Station. That was a tongue tie for me. They also assisted the water department. Our wastewater treatment plant discharged 45.17 million gallons of treated water to Butler Creek, used 32.4% of the plant's capability, sent 6 dumpsters of sludge to the landfill, equipment availability at 100%. That's awesome. Overall, during the month, preparing for annual EPD inspection on April 23rd, 2026. And I can't wait to see those results. And that concludes my report. If there's any questions, I am here to answer. Thank you.
All right, any questions, comments? All right. All right, planning and development, Councilman Richard Bowman, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you and good evening to everyone here in the room and those watching us online. The Planning and Development Department has been busy this month. On the development side of the house, there were 382 building inspections. There were 24 COs, or certificates of occupancy, for those of you who don't know the jargon. There were 7 new business licenses issued, and there were 32 building permits issued. On the code enforcement side of the house, folks are apparently doing well with maintaining the grass and weeds in their yards because, yeah, I see you, Jack. I got my fingers crossed, too. There was zero overgrown vegetation cases. However, there were 48 signs removed from the right-of-way. And as I do each month, I want to caution everyone that when you have signs, they cannot be in the right-of-way, or the city has the right to remove it. So please keep that in mind. I'm not telling you don't post your signs as you need to, but please be sure that they are not in the right-of-way. They had 0 trash can violations, but 15 inoperative vehicles. No banners had to be removed, and there was only 1 business license check that needed to be performed. Although we didn't have trash can violations, apparently there were 44 bulk waste violations. Again, I ask, as I do every month, that our citizens, number one, put the bulk waste out on the designated day, not in advance, that you only put out those things that are approved for bulk waste pickup. If in fact you don't know what those are, then you can contact the city and we will get you usually the notices are mailed out each year at the beginning of the year, because sometimes the things that we pick up do change. A good example is mattresses. We used to pick up mattresses, we do not anymore. So please, if you don't know what is allowable, please contact the city and we will make sure that you are aware of it. Only 3 cases of property maintenance. There were no construction permit checks required and no civil matters that had to be handled. There were 48 citizen contacts in the form of emails, calls, in-persons, and informational sessions. There were 14 parking violations and only one actual obstruction of the right-of-way. That's not including the signs that had to be removed. That's a different issue. And we had, thankfully, no animal nuisance calls and that we had to address. I already urged as it related to bulk waste, I would like to continue to urge our citizens to please help us to keep our community the beautiful place that it is. Sometimes some of the things that need to happen don't require an awful lot of effort. They just require effort and pride. And hopefully you're proud yourself, and let's face it, if you are proud about how you keep your property, you're also doing your neighbor and your friend next door a favor as well. I want to thank Mr. Jack Palmer for his help with us continuing to move forward with our code enforcement. We want to continue to try to make sure that we keep our community in the kind of condition that we're all going to be proud of and that we already are proud of. If I haven't mentioned it before, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Palmer spearheaded the installation of a new software package to make our code enforcement operation more efficient, more effective, and to make the reporting process a lot more clear. So I thank you not just for that, Jack, but I thank you obviously for all the things that you do in our planning and development department. But I wanted to make sure that we noted, particularly because I know that every month I kind of spend time talking about the importance of keeping our code enforcement not busy, actually. That would be our preference. But again, I thank you very much, and for all of your staff as well. With that, sir, that is all of my report, unless you have some questions.
Well, I think we're good. Thank you. All right. Next up, General Services, Councilwoman Jacqueline Rivera Player.
Good evening to our audience here and the one who's watching online. Here is the General Service Report for the month of March. The Department of Streets and Sanitation, our litter and grass crew collect a total of 140 bags of litter from city streets and sidewalks. Streets and Sanitation collected a total of 142.99 tons of bulk and yard waste during the month of March. The Streets Department completed 24 service orders in March. The Streets Department reported 9 inoperable city street lights to Georgia Power for repair. Streets and Sanitation issued 16 bulk trash yard waste violation tags for the month of March, turning 3 over to code enforcement for noncompliance. The Streets and Sanitation Department assisted 58 citizens with calls from the month of March. Used Elgin Street Sweeper to clean city streets, collecting 5.58 tons of waste debris. The grass crew resumed weekly right-of-way grass cutting. Streets and Sanitation welcomed Christopher Stevenson as a light equipment operator in March. The Department of Leisure and Recreation. Total hours filled and facilities used, 292. New contracts, 32. Contracts returned with payment, 25. New gym memberships, 7. Leisure and Recreation welcomed Bryce Stewart and Dominic Pancella as light equipment operators in March. The Department of Landscape team. The landscape team added chemical for weed and insect control, removed old mulch, and added new mulch at various facilities within the city. Grounds crew. The grounds crew continues to keep the parks and recreation facilities cut, well-kept, and clean. Set up, hosted, and cleaned up following our spring kickoff downtown jump event. Serve the citizens of Grovetown by visiting local elementary school with the Easter Bunny, Mr. Carrot, and Easter treats. Facility Maintenance Department completed a total of 77 work orders for various facilities throughout the city for the month of March. The Fleet Maintenance Department completed 59 vehicle repair orders for the month of March. Our upcoming events. We would like to invite the community to our Community Cleanup Day. That will be on Saturday, April 25th, 2026. We're going to meet at City Hall, 103 Old Riceboro Road. Lunch provided by the City of Grovetown at 12:15. The activity is going to be from 9 to 12. The second upcoming event is going to be the Mother's Day brunch at the Grovetown Depot, 104 East Robinson Avenue. That will be on Saturday, May the 2nd, 2026. It's going to be from 10 to 1, but the registrations is already closed. I would like to give a special thank you to Mr. David and your staff because you always keep me posted with information from General Service Department. Thank you so much. And this concludes my report. Do you have any question or concern?
Got a busy month ahead of us. Very busy. All righty. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Item number 5E, Administrative Committee Report. We're going to defer that until the Director's report. We'll hear that from Ms. Elaine Matthews. So moving on, number 6, Financial Statement. I'll entertain a motion to accept our financial statement as was presented earlier by Bradley Smith.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I move that we accept the financial report as given.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I will second that motion to approve the financial statement.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion?
No, sir.
All right, at this time, please cast your vote. All right, thank you, thank you. Item number 7, Employee of the Month, our City Administrator, Elaine Matthews. Good job on the budget, Bradley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. The Employee of the Month for March of 2026, this award is being given to this individual who has made a sweeping difference in the central shop. I don't know, I use that literally and figuratively. Yeah. If you go out there, you can eat off the floor. I mean, this place is clean. Things organized, and it's just amazing the difference that this gentleman has made since he's been in the position that he's in. And if James Redd will come forward, and his department, and his people that are here to support him. And I want to just say this about him. When he first came to work here, we didn't have an auto shop program. So he brought his computer from home and used it until we could get something better. But that just shows the kind of employees that we have here, that they don't let little things stand in the way, that they make a way. And so that's the kind of people that we like to honor and that we're very proud of. So this award given to James Redd, thank you for your outstanding service to the citizens of Grovetown, Georgia. signed by Eric Blair, Mayor Pro Tem. And on the back is a gift certificate for you for a job well done. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Mr. Lane said it best. You can go down to the mechanic shop and Eddie's either gonna have a wrench in his hand or a mop bucket with some bleach or something going on down at the shop. But one thing I would like to say is Eddie has come on board with a wealth of knowledge, and he saves the city thousands of dollars each month. About 90% of our vehicles are serviced in-house, whether it be AC work, electrical work, whatever the case may be. What we doing now is we sending out vehicles for recall issues. So we appreciate that, Eddie. Much appreciated.
Cool.
Hard work.
Eddie, would you like to say something?
I just want to thank everybody. I can't do it without the employees, supervisors, managers, and everybody, because they're the ones that helped me get through it. Thank y'all. And thank you again, Mr. Mayor.
Come turn around and take a picture.
Cool. Yeah. All right, probably one of the most moving agenda items we have. I'm going to call on Councilmember Richard Bowman to present our Vietnam Veterans Recognition for the month of April.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mayor Pro Tem.
If I could please ask Specialist 4 Lowe to join me here at the podium. It's all right, we got time. Welcome home, soldier. On behalf of the Mayor Pro Tem and this council, I want to thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you for coming home and being with us here today. Hopefully, we weren't too slow in welcoming you home, so we can live with you being slow getting to the microphone. As I introduce you and give tell your story, if you will allow me, I'm going to ask Tyrone Mason to join us here at the podium, if that's all right with you. And the reason why I'm doing that for all of you that are here is that this monthly recognition that we do here in the city, we started it off by doing it for veterans who were residents here of the city. And that was because we particularly wanted to make sure that all those Vietnam veterans who perhaps grew up here, came back home to and stayed here, we wanted to make sure that they were properly welcomed home. Many of you probably know that many of the Vietnam veterans, when they came home, did not get the kind of welcome that we're all used to today. And today, Specialist 4 Lowe is not a Grovetown resident, but in our efforts to expand and acknowledge all the veterans, thanks to, many of you know, Mr. Tyrone Mason, who is our facilities maintenance manager here, and who is, from what I understand, this gentleman is a dear friend to you, and you wanted to make sure that he was recognized, and we're glad that we're able to do that for you. So he does have a particular tie to the city of Grovetown. Charles Michael Lowe was born on May 5th, 1949. Grew up attending Lavelle McCampbell, is that correct? McCampbell High School in Aiken, South Carolina. In the 10th grade, only a sophomore, Specialist Lowe made a decision that would change his life forever. He enlisted in the United States Army and
joined our armed forces. After being drafted to participate in the conflict in Vietnam, Specialist 4 Lowe received training and just prior to leaving, married his wife Joyce. From there, Specialist Lowe was sent to the battlefield where he spent 1 year defending our freedoms and our way of life. Upon his return home, Specialist Lowe became a father with the birth of his son Michael. Specialist 4 Lowe continued to serve his country until April of 1975, when he was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army. As a result of his service, Specialist Lowe received the following awards and commendations: National Defense Service Medal, 2 Overseas Service Bars, Army Commendation Medal, Expert Rifle Badge, M16, Vietnam Service Medal, Combat Infantryman's Badge, Good Conduct Medal, and the Vietnam Cross of Gallantry with Palm. He is also the recipient of the Bronze Star Medal. Following his military service, Specialist Lowe began a 40-year career at the Graniteville Company, a textile business in Graniteville, South Carolina. On January 6, 2005, he was a survivor of the Graniteville train crash. And following recovery and retirement, he now enjoys the freedoms that he fought so hard to protect. When asked about his hobbies in his spare time, he stated that he likes to do nothing but fishing. He has certainly earned it. The city of Grovetown, sir, is forever grateful to your service to our nation, and we thank you for that service. And on behalf of us all, we'd like for you to have this little token of our appreciation, and again to tell you, we welcome you home, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm not used to all this here, but I'd like to thank everybody here tonight. Take me this direction. Thank you all.
Well, we don't have just one. We have 2 veteran theme agenda items on our agenda this evening. And then this next one is a proclamation for Loyalty Day for our. Did I? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, see, I was so excited. I'm sorry. I was so excited. I wanted to get right to the. All right, I'm sorry. Let me back up one. Item number 9, our business spotlight. City Administrator, Ms. Elaine Matthews.
Mayor Pro Tem. If any of you have been to the depot, you may notice some of our new furniture over there. And we try to spend our dollars in Grovetown, so we went to Jim's Home Furnishings to purchase some furniture there. And so we have asked them to be here tonight to receive the award. Come forward, please. If you need some nice furniture, you'd love to see Jimmy and his staff. Jimmy's Home Furnishing prides itself on being the premier destination for quality furniture in the city of Grovetown. Since opening their doors in 2017, they have grown into a trusted family-owned business that delivers value, quality, and service to each and every customer. If you're in need of beautiful, lasting furniture that fits your lifestyle and your budget, they'll meet you more than halfway to help create a home you've always wanted. They stand behind every piece that they sell and with complete confidence and satisfaction guarantee, treating customers with genuine respect and care, something many customers to our area already know and appreciate. Jimmy's cares deeply about the comfort and pride customers feel in the homes they build with Jimmy's Furniture. They are committed to being the best in quality and attentive to customer service and work every day towards their goal of delivering reliable, beautiful furniture with a warm, hassle-free experience that's second to none right here in the city of Grovetown. We appreciate them for all they do and appreciate them for being a part of our business community. And this is being given to Jimmy Colvin, owner. And again, I just want to tell you how much we appreciate the furniture that we purchased for you at the depot. It's beautiful, and the washer and dryer have already put to great use. By the way, they sell Speed Queen. I don't know about y'all, but my mama had a Speed Queen when we were little. And here it is, the spotlight put on Jimmy's Home Furnishings for contributing to the business community of our city. Congratulations. Thank you.
Couldn't do it without my son. Alex been with me obviously since day one. And we did start off in North Augusta in 2017 and then worked our way back over to Grovetown. Born and raised in the area. I know Grovetown was booming and military, a lot of military, and we give a special thanks to our military every day by providing free delivery and setup to active or inactive military. Like Ms. Matthews said, the city gave us business, then word for word what you said was we like to contribute to who contributes to us and to give back. So thank you, and I heard it was beautiful and you're very happy. We help a lot of government identities. We've also done some schools with Speed Queen appliances as well because it's a commercial grade appliance. But our signature is furniture, but we do offer over 80,000 SKUs to help the community. So we thank the city of Grovetown, and it's a wonderful place to do business, and looking forward to many, many years of good business. Absolutely. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
All righty, let's try this again here. So we have not one but two veteran-themed, military-themed agenda items. And this next one, item number 10, is a proclamation for Loyalty Day. So the commander from the Columbia County Memorial Post 6445 reached out, and he and I had a chat, Commander Ronald Gilchrist, and he reminded me about Loyalty Day. Loyalty Day is a day, it's actually May 1st, and it started back in 1930, where the VFW declared that May 1st would be a special day, a way of reaffirming our nation's commitment to patriotism, loyalty to the United States. And since then, they have celebrated that. And we, as the city of Grovetown, are going to do a proclamation to reaffirm Loyalty Day for the 1st of May of 2026. And you know, it's a day where you, again, a commitment to patriotism, loyalty to the United States. And what the Post is going to do is on the 2nd of May, and I'm sure he'll highlight this, is they are going to go to the Georgia War Veterans Nursing Home, and they are going to provide lunch and feed the residents at the Georgia War Nursing Home. That's their good deed for the Loyalty Day that they plan on doing. And it's fitting because appreciate everything that Post 6445 does. I mean, we have Fort Gordon right down the street here, home to, there's probably 30 or 40,000 folks, daytime population are there between soldiers, civilians, family members, GS employees, contractors. And then right here in the city of Grovetown, we have just under 1,400 veterans that are living in the city of Grovetown. The exact number about a month ago was 1,369, but I'm sure we've grown a couple then. But so we have roughly about 1,400 veterans that live in the city of Grovetown, and a lot of them have participated in deployments, ground combat. Some of them probably got their name out there on the wall that we recognize. And if you are a veteran and you're from the city of Grovetown and you have participated in combat operations, we would love to get your name on the wall out there. So just swing by with a copy of your DD-214. That's for the Army. I'm not sure what the other services call it. And then go out to the front desk and see Jordan. We'll get the paperwork filled out, and the next time we do the bricks, we'll get your name engraved on there with the campaigns that you're on. But if I could, I'm going to read this proclamation, and then we're going to come down and present it to the Commander Gilchrist and his staff. So the city of Grovetown does a proclamation for Loyalty Day, whereas Loyalty Day is set aside each year on May 1st as a special day for the reformation of loyalty to the United States of America and for the recognition of the heritage of American freedom. And whereas the United States is built upon principles of freedom, justice, and equality, requiring the devotion and vigilance of all citizens to maintain those liberties, and whereas it is appropriate to honor the American flag, the sacrifices of our veterans, and the contributions of those who have secured our freedoms, and whereas the City Council of Grovetown encourages its residents to reflect upon their allegiance to the United States and to participate in patriotic activities within our community. Now, therefore, I, Eric W. Blair, the Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Grovetown, do hereby proclaim May 1st, 2026 as Loyalty Day, and I call upon all the residents, schools, and organizations to display the flag of the United States and participate in ceremonies that strengthen our dedication to our country. In witness, therefore, I have hereunto set my hand this 13th day of April of 2026. So at this time, I'd like to ask Commander Gilchrist and your staff to come forward, and I'd like the City Council to join me at the podium, and we present this proclamation to Post 6445. And I also need Elaine. Elaine, you're the face of the city when we're not here.
She told me she was AG, better than alternative. That's right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, sir, on behalf of the City of Grovetown, I'd like to give you this proclamation. I just read it here for all to hear. This has been signed and sealed, and I hope that you'll proudly display this at your post. And thank you for the great things that you do for our veterans and for the community, sir. And again, we can't say enough good things about everything that you do and what your members and your auxiliary do on a daily basis. So congratulations, sir. Thank you so very much. And if you'd like to say a few words.
I checked the roster, sir. I don't see your name on there. So we're in Harlem, but our name is Columbia County. One thing, Harlem PD, or Columbia County Sheriff's Office, or Grovetown PD, they don't have to worry about somebody being drunk and driving coming from our post. Our whole building is right here, the size of this room here. And guess what? We're doing it without alcohol. We don't have the gambling machines. We have a very low impact Sunday bingo. That's how we pay our rent. We rent, but we're doing it without alcohol.
under new leadership, we're all, I promise you, all give and no take. So with the help of from Town's Shane's Rib Shack, last year we fed one floor. Mayor said it. The month of May for VFW is the day of service, was to do something. The premier day is the 2nd of May. 2nd of May, we're gonna, Shane's Rib Shack, 2 meats, 2 vegetables, 7 trays of peach cobbler. Those people in Georgia Nurse Home, they love the peach cobbler. And someone can't have it one spoon because they're diabetic, but it'll go further, it'll go fast. Anyway, Shane's Rib Shack in Grovetown, Georgia, has partnered with us, so to speak. He's donating the 7 trays. And it's not cheap, it's not cheap, you already know. And he's gonna deliver those. So 2nd of May, be on the news. They don't like a lot of people in here. We have 179 members. If we have 10% present, that's about all they're gonna let us do in the nursing home. But it's 2 in Georgia, and everybody thinks about the one in Millersville. That's where a lot of the VFW's there. We're here. So we let them know last year, we let them know this year. There is one here in Augusta, Georgia. Soon be a cemetery here at some point in time, so Millersville. Oh, and they made it a department event. So that's, we're on a map for a short period of time. But we're all said give and no take, whatever. So we do it. We said, good staff. Yeah, we got about 10 people on our best. With some members, our meeting was on Wednesday. We might have 15 people there because it's election night. But we do what we can. And we probably neglected Grovetown too long. I lived here until a couple years ago. But we supported you on the Grovetown on the trunk or treat. We gained 3 members. I say members, participating members who signed up and are helping us out. It was a challenge. We started out giving, me and one other member, a lot of candy. That line we underestimated the supply and demand. We did not run out. Yeah, at the end you get 1 piece of candy, but we did not run out of candy. So it was like, Japanese and kamikaze. The line never stopped. But we would have done the parade the Saturday on the 13th of December. We had 3 things going on. Wreaths Across America, Harlem Memorial Cemetery, 315 veterans. We do Wreaths Across America there. Then Harlem has 2 events. We're always there. So we have a beautiful float we had last year. We couldn't come because conflicting dates, whatever, but we will do more to support Grovetown. And shameless plug, Shane's Rib Shack, Chris. 7 trays, can't imagine this peach cobbler. But anyway, but thank you so much. Yes, sir. All right.
Well, no, so we gotta get a picture, sir. We
I
gotta
know.
get a picture.
The PA left.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Mr. Pansky left, but one of your policemen is one of our live members, Michael Pansky.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. All righty, well, thank you for that. Item number 11, we've already discussed. Does anybody have any further questions or anything about the healthcare discussion? All right, well, I'm sure we'll hear more about it at our budget offsite. Item number 12, citizen comments. Do we have any comments, sir? All right, I did notice there's one on Facebook. Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. Item number 13, old business, we do not have any, so we'll move into item 14A. Recommend adoption of Resolution 2026-04-01, resolution to authorize the adoption of the Columbia County Multi-Jurisdictional Pre-Disaster Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I will make a motion to adopt resolution number 2026-04-01, resolution to authorize the adoption of the Columbia County Multi-Jurisdictional Pre-Disaster Hazard Mitigation Plan.
All right, we have a first, we have a second?
Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, at this time, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes. Item 14B, recommend adoption of Resolution 2026-04-02, resolution of the City of Grovetown, Georgia, recognizing April 20 through the 25th of 2026 as Georgia Cities Week.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I recommend the adoption of Resolution 2026-4-02, resolution of the City of Grovetown, Georgia, recognizing April 20th through the 25th, 2026 as Georgia City Week, by the Public Information Officer, Jordan Johnson.
All right, we have a first. Do we have a second?
Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, at this time, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes. Item 14C, recommend adoption of Resolution 2026-04-03, resolution to call for a special election to fill the unexpired term of the mayor of the City of Grovetown.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I recommend that we adopt the resolution 2026-04-03, resolution to call for special election to fill the unexpired term of the mayor of the City of Grovetown.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I will second that motion to adopt Resolution 2026-04-03.
All right, well, thank you. We have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? No, sir. All right, this time, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes. Item 14D, recommend approval to set the qualifying fee for the November 2026 special election for the mayor, and that fee is $612.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I recommend the approval of the set qualifying fee of $612 for the November 2026 special election.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, at this time, please cast your votes. I guess we got us a race for mayor. All righty. Item 14E, recommend approval for an alcoholic beverage license of beer, wine, and distilled spirits for 108 Harlem Spirits LLC at 108 Harlem Grovetown Road. All right, Mr. Brian Henderson has an alibi here.
I spoke to the gentleman. David made it clear what the question is asking. It's asking, does he have any business or anything like that? He does not have no other business. This would be the only business in the state of Georgia.
All right.
So that, I think they meant to put Georgia instead of, where they're saying Columbia County, thinking that was the only one.
Okay.
All right.
Appreciate the clarification. All righty.
Mayor Pro Tem, I do recommend the approval for the alcohol beverage license, beer, wine, and distilled spirits for 108 Harlem Spirits LLC at 108 Harlem Grovetown Road.
Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, at this time, please cast your vote. All right, thank you. Motion passes. Item 14F, recommend adoption of ordinance 2026-04-04. Ordinance to annex property under the 100% methods, 2.55 acres more or less, at 0 Lakeview Drive, parcel number 063013.
Mr. Mayor. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion for the adoption of ordinance 2026-04-04, which is an ordinance to annex property under the 100% method, parcel number 063013, otherwise known as 0 Lakeview Drive.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? No, sir. All right, at this time, please cast your vote. All right, motion passes. Item 14G, recommend adoption of ordinance 2026-04-05, ordinance to rezone 0 Lakeview Drive, parcel number 063013, from RA Residential Agricultural Columbia County zoning to R1 Residential zoning.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I recommend adoption of ordinance 2026-04-05, an ordinance to rezone 0 Lakeview Drive, also known as parcel 063013, from RA Residential Agricultural, which is Columbia County zoning, to R1 City of Grovetown Residential.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I do second that adoption of ordinance 260405.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, Richard's already voted. He beat us to the punch. So at this time, the rest of us, cast your votes, please.
I didn't
All right.
change my mind. I wanted to let you.
He's excited.
Trying to do some undue command influence on us. Yeah, here, yeah. All right, we appreciate that. Motion passes. All right, at this time, item 15, Director's Reports. Miss Elaine Matthews, City Administrator. I know you have lots of stuff tonight.
We are loaded. We started off this Monday morning at a meeting in Thompson. Councilmember Veronica Simpkins was with us there, and it was a packed house. I don't think I've ever seen that many members there at one time, but had a great meeting and a great meal, courtesy of Ivory's Restaurant. We reviewed information about actions that were taken by the General Assembly, those that were passed and those that were not passed that did affect a lot of small cities in Georgia. And so there was a lot of information put out in this meeting, and we're just glad that Grovetown could be there to participate today. And we thank you all for supporting us in that effort. On 4/10, which was last Friday, we had our Employee Appreciation Day, and want to thank all the department heads for being there with their employees to honor them, and also a special thank you to the Recreation Department because they did the food, and it was wonderful. So we thank you all, David and all your staff. Thank you so much. On 4/16, we have a chamber meeting of the Executive Board, of which I am an ex officio member. That meeting starts at 8:30 a.m., so I will be attending that. We have our budget offsite meeting on 4/17 this Friday at 9 a.m. at the depot, and it's 9 a.m. until. So have that meeting already scheduled, and Bradley is working to make sure that all things are in order for that meeting, and I appreciate his efforts on that. Beginning on 4/20, we begin Georgia Cities Week, and our city takes part in that. Jordan is in charge of that, and there are about almost 600 small cities in Georgia, or 600 cities, I should say, and that's a lot of power when you think about all those budgets combined. They're actually as big or bigger than the state of Georgia's budget. And all the state budgets combined, 50 states, is bigger than the federal budget. So a lot of power there in these small cities. And sometimes they get overlooked, you know, in a day's work. But GMA sponsors that, and they do it so these small cities can focus on themselves, their history, the services that they provide. And Jordan has like an action-packed week for us, so we'll have different activities going on each day, including tours here at City Hall, and I think you all have a day when you're going to come in and citizens can visit and ask questions. And on 5/2, I'm trying to give you an update on everything prior to your May meeting. It's a lot. The Mother's Day brunch at the depot, I think they had 60 confirmations already, so that's closed. They're at capacity. And that brunch will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We've hired a part-time employee for the museum, and we will be open Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays from noon until 4, and we are having a few visitors there each day, and so this is a good thing. We are still working on the military exhibit. Some of you saw that on the day that we had the grand opening, and we've had a promise for more donations for that. So the fact that people are coming in and seeing it now, it's jogging their memory about things they may have that may be of interest there. And our plans are to rotate information in and out, so when you come in this month, you won't see the same thing next month or the month after. We have plenty of goods and things to rotate that. On 5/7, at Veterans Park, just right over here, we will be observing the National Day of Prayer. That's on a Thursday morning at 11 a.m., and that's being sponsored by Grovetown United Methodist Church. And all people of all ages and all churches, all backgrounds are invited to attend. And I think, won't we have a coffee truck there, a refreshment truck? There will be a refreshment truck there. And that completes my report. And I just want to say it is a pleasure to work with all of you. This is a little different for us getting input like we got from you, Ms. Riveras. She came in last week and we went through every page of every budget that comes under her committee. And then Ms. Veronica came in and visited with the water department. Now she knows how they operate. And so we just appreciate the input that we're getting from you all and the feedback that we give. So thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our city clerk, got anything else, sir? The cool guy in the blue shirt, okay. Human resources, David, nothing, okay. Anything, Bradley, from finance? General services? Utility services? Planning and zoning? Jamie, our police chief, you got anything? You sure? Okay. Chief? No? Jordan, anything from PIO? And I would be remiss if I didn't say, sir, yeah, he's shaking his head. Sir, do you have anything? No, from our city attorney. Okay. All right, well, that concludes our director's report, and I thank you all for y'all's input. It sounds like we're going to be very, very busy here this month in the next 30 days. But at this time, council, we have to go into a closed session to discuss a real estate. And so at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion that we exit our open session and we enter at this time into a closed session through the doors there back in the conference room.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we enter our closed session and close down the regular meeting to be resumed later.
All righty. We have a first. Anybody second?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, thank you. All right, all those in favor, please cast your vote. All right. So ladies and gentlemen here in the audience and for those watching on Facebook Live, we are going to go into our executive closed session. You don't have to remain here if you don't want to. I'd like to tell you we're going to be about 30 seconds, but it could be 30 minutes. It just depends on the colorful discussions that we have about real estate. So if you're here when we get back, great. If not, have a blessed evening, and thank you all, and enjoy this beautiful weather that we got planned for this week. So, all righty. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I entertain a motion that we conclude our executive session and enter back into regular session.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we end executive session and come back to regular session.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, well, thank you. All in favor, please indicate by voting. All right, thank you. Motion passes. All right, we are now back into regular session. I will entertain a motion. Councilman Bowman?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, as a result of our executive session, I would like to make a motion to purchase real estate parcel G06-107A, also which is known as the Lions Club Building and Land, and that we do it in the amount of $10,000.
All right, we have a first. We have a second.
Mayor Pro Tem, I second the motion.
All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? No, sir. All right, at this time, please cast your votes. All right, motion passes. All right, having no other business, are there any alibis? Anybody up here? Alibi? Any final comments, closing comments? No? All right, at this time, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Do we have a second?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I will second that.
All right, all in favor, please cast your vote. All right. This time, meeting adjourned. Have a great evening. Thank you all.